What if I told you that freedom you have been chasing is not waiting in your next vacation, your dream home, or in your bank account? What if the greatest prison you ever live in is one you cannot see? Because true freedom does not begin around you, begins within you. I am Sinandra, your guide for mindset transformation, and I help people break through limiting beliefs so they can live with more confidence, clarity, and purpose. Today is 4th of July, and in the US, we celebrate the US Independence Day. While it's a joyful holiday for so many, it can also stir up a lot of emotions. Some people are excited to gather with their family and friends, while others feel lonely, overwhelmed, or caught up between experience and complicated relationships. Since I'm not doing my regular life today, I want to stop by with a message that has been on my heart. The freedom you have been searching for is not something that comes from a holiday or your circumstances. It comes from the mindset you choose to cultivate every single day. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. When most people think about freedom, they imagine financial independence, traveling to where they want to go, leaving a stressful job, or finally having that time that they need to do the things they love. Those are all wonderful, but here is the truth. You can live in a dream house and still feel trapped. You can travel the world and still carry anxiety everywhere you go. External freedom means your circumstances have changed. Emotional freedom means you have changed. Think about someone who finally leaves a toxic workplace but continues to doubt themselves in every new opportunity. They change jobs, but they didn't change their inner story telling them they are not enough. The environment changed, but the mindset did not. Or imagine someone who has financial success, but constantly worry about they're losing everything. Even with abundance, fear is still making the decisions. That is not freedom. Freedom is waking up knowing your peace is not controlled by your circumstances. Many of us are not being held back by our future. We are held back by our past. Resentment, guilt, shame, the belief that it is too late, we are too old, too broken, too inexperienced. These become invisible chains. Maybe someone or you made a mistake years ago and is still introducing yourself through that failure or that experience. So instead of saying, I learned from that experience, your inner voice keeps saying, I will never be enough, just because you are comfortable vibrating in that experience or frequency. So when you do not do the inner work, that story, that event can last 10 years. When you do the inner work and become aware of your emotions, the event can last one day. So forgiveness does not excuse what happened. It simply refuses to let yesterday keep controlling tomorrow. I would love to hear from you, what is one limiting belief you have been working to let go of? Please share in the comments. Sometimes simply naming it is the first step towards releasing it. For me, I had to work hard to heal I am not good enough, and I have to make everyone else happy before I can choose myself. It was a long journey for me. What was for you? Because in a moment, I'm going to talk about one of the biggest sources of invisible limitations many people don't even realize they're carrying. Here is something powerful. Not every belief you have actually belongs to you. Many of them were inherited. Without realizing, we observe messages and emotional codes from our family growing up. Some serve us, some don't. And becoming free sometimes means deciding the better stops with you. Maybe you grow up hearing that money was hard. Now, every financial opportunity feels stressful because scarcity became the normal for you. Or perhaps emotions were never talked about it in your home. Instead of expressing yourself, you learn to stay quiet, avoid conflict, and carry everything alone. Those parents may have protected you once, but they don't have to define your future. Real freedom is honoring where you came from while giving yourself permission to create something different for your evolution. And before we finish, I want to leave you with a simple exercise that could completely change how you experience this holiday weekend. Here is a question I want you to reflect on. If no one else's expectations exist, what would freedom actually look for you? Not for your parents, social media, yours. Maybe freedom means having peace instead of perfection. Maybe it means speaking up instead of staying silent. Maybe it means creating healthy boundaries without feeling guilty or finally believing in your worth. You are worthy for success. Take a moment, imagine the version of yourself that is no longer ruled by fear, self-doubt, or old stories. Reflecting on these questions, what would freedom actually look like for you? And then answer for yourself, what decisions would that person you make? Right? That is the direction you should move in your life. Bam. So if this message resonates with you, don't let it become another inspiring video you watch and forgive. Transformation happens through awareness and action. My July agenda is open. My Vision and a Strategy session is designed to help you identify exactly what is holding you back and create a clear path forward the life you truly want. And if you are ready to go even deeper, my 8-week Take Control program is open now for one-on-one coaching. In just 8 weeks, we will work together to transform you from feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or held back by self-doubt into someone who thinks with clarity, leads with confidence, and take intentional actions. We will identify and break through the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back and build empowering habits that helps you embody the mindset needed to create lasting success in your career, relationships, in your personal life. This is not just mindset shift, it's life transformation. If you are ready to begin that journey, book your Vision and a Strategy session using the link in the description here. And let's start creating the freedom you deserve from inside out. Before the weekend is over, I want you to spend just 15 minutes in a quiet and journaling. Draw a line in your paper there in the middle of the page where say left, you write, what am I ready to leave behind? List every belief, emotions, habits, fears, resentment, or expectations that have been holding you down. Just write it, okay? One left side, and the right side, then you put the freedom I'm choosing now. For every limiting belief, writing a new empowered belief besides it. For every fear, write one courageous action you can take this week. For example, in the left, I not good enough to start my business. Let's think about that. In the right side, you put, I don't have to be perfect to begin. Every step I take helps me grow. And then in the action, you put, spend 30 minutes this week working on my business instead, waiting until I feel ready. Another example, in the left side, you put, I need other people's approval before I trust on my own decisions. In the right side, you put, I can trust myself, my intuition and value are enough to guide me. In the action, you put, make one decision this week without asking reassurance or permission. If I truly believe I was already free, what would I do next? Write it down, the answers. Then commit to take like one action within the next 24 hours, because freedom is not built in giant leaps. It's built through small intentional decisions repeated over time. If this conversation challenged the way you think about freedom, I have another videos over here to help you build confidence, strengthen your mindset, and create lasting transformation. Click in one of those videos on your screen and I will meet you there. Enjoy your 4th of July weekend and week ahead.